Ciaran, are you sitting on a couch? Welcome to Arcade Couch, the very first episode of Arcade Couch. Is there a couch here?
There is a couch here, I swear, somewhere. We can find one.
I saw one at the PlayStation booth.
It doesn't count. We booked in, as we did last year, to the Audio-Technica booth. Once again, thank you to Audio-Technica for allowing us to record podcasts. Last year we did Pleasure Explosion.
Yes, we did.
And it was the #1 not video game podcast recorded at the Audio-Technica booth. This year we decided we'll create a new show a week before doing it. This is the perfect time to do the first episode.
Yeah. Good.
Joining you, your Explosion Network crew for the PAX episode of Arcade Couch and the premiere episode. Ashley Hobley.
Hey, Dylan. Excited to be here on the metaphorical couch.
Very excited. It's probably always going to be a metaphorical couch. To be fair.
Yep.
Ciaran Matchett.
I'm looking for cup holders in this couch. I cannot find any cup holders.
What a shit couch. And Cherie and Henriques.
Making her official debut.
Yes, official debut on...
I just fit on the couch now.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to add an extra little bit.
In case you've been in the dark, Cherie has been on previous Explosion Network podcasts, but she only officially joined the Explosion Network...
About 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So her first official podcast... Live at PAX in front of a bunch of strangers. Do you feel awkward?
No pressure.
No
In my
pressure.
element, it's fine.
It's the way you go about it. And I'm Dylan Blight, no one cares. I'm host.
I can.
Well,
No. Keep bigger intro for yourself, please.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hashtag every trophy counts. Thank you very much. So, first episode, PAX. I think it's generally just going to be a what's happened, what we've played. We're going to do a bit of a round table discussion. We're going to go through one by one kind of around the figurative circular couch. Talk about what we've played. If you've played the game that someone brings up, you get to jump on and talk about the game as well. Ciaran will miss a lot of that because all he is pretty much done.
I've just sat watching esports the entire time, let's be honest.
And watched esports. But before we jump into the games, overall thoughts on PAX 2018, Ashley Hobley.
Yeah, it's good. I feel like it's bigger. There is a hell of a lot more people, but a lot of the lines haven't been as bad as I thought they were going to be. PlayStation have done a good thing where you've been able to book into sessions to see a lot of their AAA and VR stuff, so that helps. You're not standing around in 2 hours to not end up playing a game. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. Xbox and Nintendo should get an experience up, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Xbox should just get stuff in
Nintendo
general, to be honest.
definitely.
Yeah, for Pokemon and Smash, it's
The lines for every single game,
ridiculous, yeah.
and the most important game as well.
The Goose Game, yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Ciaran, how's PAX 2018 for you? What do you reckon?
It's been really good. I really like the layout of it this year. I think it's good. Other than them trying to torture me with Country Road non-stop as we queued up on Friday. Thanks, Bethesda. But other than that, I like the layout a lot this year. I don't know why. I don't know what's different exactly. Maybe it's just with them bringing in EB Games for the EB Expo kind of side of stuff. It's shuffled everything around, but hey, it's really good layout. I like what they're doing.
Yeah. It's, I'd pretty much agree with sentiments. It's PAX, but it's a little bit bigger because EB named somewhere, so the first party, big AAA stuff is a lot bigger. Street.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a lot bigger this year. Last year I feel like was a bit of a quieter year. I've only missed one PAX, so I just feel like last year maybe missed the mark a little bit, and this year is a lot better. Lines are pretty massive for everything, so I've just been enjoying all the indie games. But yeah, so far, enjoying.
Very good. And of course, if you have missed any of our PAX content so far, you'll find it on explosionnetwork.com, youtube.com/explosionnetwork, and just look on socials for links if you want to scroll through that. It's the easy way, I suppose. All right, we're going to go through. So I'm going to start with the first game down my list. Then it will go Cherie, Ash, Ciaran, and so on and so forth until we run out of games. And Kieran's going to say pass, like he's stuck in prison in Monopoly for quite some time. Do not collect 20, do not get any money. It'll be fun. All right, so the first thing I've notes down for is Necro Barista, which was here last year.
I played it last year. I didn't play it this year.
Well, you could chime in there,
I
guess,
chime
a little
in with this
bit,
one and
it's
see
fine.
what's different.
Yeah.
Different.
I didn't get to play last year. I walked past it was always a lot busier. I've always liked the trailers because it kind of looks like, I don't know, like an emo anime game that's set in Melbourne in a coffee bar, and it doesn't look like it's Australian at all until the person behind the counter is like, mate, you want a fucking coffee? And I'm like, oh, okay, it is an Australian game, I guess, then that's fine. It doesn't look anything like it, but it makes sense.
Just side note, I didn't know if we were swearing on this podcast, and We're good. Dylan's wrapped it up. We're good.
If we're not
going.
swearing on it, we're not doing it. There's the answer to the question. So Necro Barista, really cool. I'm wondering how long it'll be because visual novel is one of my biggest problems with visual novels is they often go for so fucking long, and I would much rather a short experience. The thing that stands out to me about this that could be cool is it seems to have a lot of choice decision-making stuff. You click keywords, you collect keywords to use in different sorts of conversations, but I'm then hoping because there's so much variation in the gameplay, it's probably going to be more about playing through the story again and again and again to do different sorts of stuff. I encountered a really weird bug. I didn't get to finish the demo, but overall what I saw I liked. I would like more sound effects added in when I'm clicking the mouse button or whatever I'm playing it on as it transitions through the visual novel scenes. But yeah, I liked it. What did you play last year? What did you think last year then?
I thought it was very good last year. I'd like to say that Explosion Network, at least half of us seem to be bug finders this year.
Yeah.
Especially Dylan and Cherie. You're both, I don't know, great crap. But
Not trying.
I really enjoyed it. I liked the theme of it. I liked the different characters that get brought through in the barista kind of, you serve a lot of random people coffee. And I'd like to know how much the coffee costs.
A lot because it's Melbourne.
Well, that's true. And it probably has like avocado or something in it.
Yeah. Avocado smoothie, cappuccino.
But I really
How was
enjoyed
the
it.
actual demo? Like,
I mean, it's a visual novel.
I feel like visual novels are hard to demo at something like this.
I feel like you don't really need to explain the gameplay really for a visual novel because they're all basically the same.
Sell people on the plot.
It's like, what is the story differences? What is the art style differences? It's a visual novel. You're reading fucking text. It's about.
You know what? What'd be fun is like challenge mode for a visual novel,
No,
right?
Karen.
Challenge mode, but
No.
every time you have to like press next or hit accept, the accept button changes. You have to find the accept button. You have to find it on your keyboard, on your controller.
No.
Search for it.
Well, I spoke to the dev a little bit, and he was saying that it's more about the difference in the anime art style that they're bringing to the game, which, like Dylan said, it's that little bit darker, and I think that's probably what makes the game what it is. So I just played Little Reaper, which is pretty cool. They've said that they've done a few PAXs. It's the first time I've played it. I really enjoyed it. Just you're a cute little Reaper's assistant, and you go around collecting souls. Is it?
It looked like it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I didn't have any issues with it, which was a surprise because every other indie game I've played so far has had a bug when I've played it. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. Did you play it, Ash?
No, I was watching it. It's got an interesting art style. It's a shame we didn't get one of their plushies. They look pretty adorable.
Yeah, they were.
It reminded me, Little Reaper reminded me a lot of 90s Nintendo, side scroller period, especially Disney, old school Disney side scroller.
That's what it was inspired by.
Oh, really?
Disney. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't get told that because you were speaking to him, so it all works out then. Because it was reminding me of old school side scrolling Disney tie-in games, which makes a lot of sense. And my really cool cute art style, platforming was fun. There's one part me and Cherie both agreed that we couldn't figure out how the fuck you were supposed to get to
I would say that there was a way to get there, we just didn't work it out and we didn't have time.
There's a level of different. Yeah, I know it wasn't. It's got the scythe. Yeah, the scythe you can throw with a button, and then as it's flying through there, you can press another button to teleport yourself there. I really like that because it makes traversal. You can use it for traversal to get along platforms. You can use it for speed running levels, which is always good for side-scrolling type games because they want to speed
I'm sure
run
there'll
it.
be puzzle elements.
Yeah, and it also works in combat because you can throw it, literally, it hits an enemy, press a button, and you land in front of the enemy's face and you've already wiped them out. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. They said they've been working on it forever and they've had it here so many times. I don't remember seeing it last year at all.
And they still don't have a date for release.
Which is unfortunate with a lot of these games because they're doing it in their spare time. And you really well, I was enjoying what I was playing here, so I was hoping here I could play it sometime shortly. That would be good, but no, that wasn't happening.
No. I checked out Tunic from the Xbox. It's adorable. That's an adorable game as well. The art style is really cool. It's like a Zelda-esque kind of game, I assume. You play as a little fox, going around little isometric little platforms, I guess, like little worlds.
Yeah.
You go in caves and stuff, and you battle monsters, dodge. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Only a small section, but
very small team. Paul Jones from Player 2 told me he spoke to him. So he was like, I spoke to them years ago. Fucking whatever. I was like, calm down, mate, over there at Player 2. What are you doing? But yeah, no, I haven't got a chance to play it, but I never heard of it until they announced it at E3 at the Xbox thing, and I was straight away like, oh, it's so cute. But I remember they were saying afterwards that apparently it's supposed to be a lot harder than it looks. Like it's a cute art style, but
it's got that dodge sort of mechanic that you need. If you go in at an enemy, it's going to attack you, so you need to dodge straight out. It's going to be like one of those slow sort of, like Souls-ish sort of, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Ciaran.
Yes. I walked by and I had a chat with the dev.
I
walked by this one game. No, I had a chat with the game. I had a look at a couple different ones. I didn't get a chance to play much when I was looking because indies are really busy and that's really good for them.
That's good.
I walked by Level Squared, which has been here previously. When you first look at it, and I kind of feel bad for them for how often they're probably going to get the comment, but it looked a lot like Thomas Was Alone. It had that same kind of, you're playing a square, there is some kind of writing or somebody's talking to you throughout the whole thing, talking about loneliness and self-existential crisis. And, it's a pretty heavy game. Thomas Was Alone was in the first place, but this is Level Squared 2, and it seems to take a lot more mechanical, where it's all about growing your square or shrinking your square into different shapes and sizes to fit into different areas. And I really like the look of it. It's coming out midway through next year, hopefully on Steam. Just as I was saying to people to you guys beforehand, there's a lot of indies you look at and you just want to be like, hey, when are you going to put it on the Switch?
Wow, how demanding of you.
When are you going to put it on the Switch?
They're just trying to get their game out.
Is that an option?
And you just want extra work for them.
Actually, I don't like the sass that you've got so far on Arcade Couch. I don't appreciate it. Can we go back to year one? Pleasure Explosion, Ashley, sitting on the fence, being nice.
No, we've evolved. Dylan.
So I played Stormboy, which has anyone here watched either of the two movies?
I feel like if you grew up in Australia, you need to have seen Stormboy.
Because I got shown it in school. Did you get shown it in school?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Stormboy? Never watched Stormboy?
I've never seen Stormboy.
I guess I'm wrong.
I find it so weird because you're several years older than me, so we're but you're closer to my age. But I've watched it.
I didn't live in the country. I didn't live in the country for 13 years.
Yeah, that's true. You might be still waiting on Stormboy.
He's living Stormboy.
It's literally about this. Okay, anyway, so that's been made by Blowfish, who has 4 different games here, I think. Projection, which we obviously all checked out.
Yeah, checked out last year.
And we check out a lot of the games. From what I played, I think I played the iPad version or something. Was it? Do you remember? I don't know. I think it was the iPad version. From what I played, it was just walking along the beach. There was a little bit of story that was popping up, and it was only about 5 minutes, and interacting with these couple mini games. But it didn't give me a feel of how well they were going to translate that story, that book, or if they're focusing more on the book or the movie, to a game. Because in premise, I'm down for a narrative-heavy version of Stormboy in a game. Yeah, I do think showing it here...
When the press release came out, I thought, that's a cool idea.
That's what I did. I saw it come through, opened up the email one day, it's like Stormboy, whatever. I was like, oh, that's cool, I remember that movie, that's a really cool idea. But showing it on the show floor with what there was, it just didn't seem to show well, I guess.
Do you think it would have got more traction if they changed the Y in boy to an I?
No, don't.
Storm boy?
Nope.
Something like that?
Nope. Nope.
Did you play as a pelican or as a boy?
Both. You could.
Whoa.
So you could switch. You could jump on a boat as the boy, drive out, then you could control the pelican up. You could throw a bowl. That's the part where I played the most. One of the mini games, you throw a bowl and the pelican would go fetch it. Is there any point to this mini game? No. But you get to watch the pelican flop around like a fucking maniac and go chase after the ball. It's hilarious. What do you know?
Can we get you to do commentary on the trailer? Let's hook that up with Blue.
I'll go talk to Blowfish. You want something to do a trailer?
Do you want to show you your trailer and do a real fucking Aussie eh?
There you go.
I played Boomerang Fu, which was there's a lot of multiplayer indie games at PAX this year, I noticed. It's a multiplayer game co-op where you're a different type of food and you have to fight each other, throw boomerangs at each other, slash each other. Different levels have different portals and things like that, but basically it's super, super, super cute.
Simple.
simple, but like can be difficult depending on what who you're playing with, what item you are as well. I think like what type of food you are.
Yeah, different characters have different
abilities.
So,
Yeah,
and then you can pick up abilities.
and then the way that you die is really cute too. So like I was a carton of milk, and someone slashed me in half, and like my milk's going everywhere. And same with the donut. Like you're throwing like, pardon?
The avocado death was the best.
Yeah, where the pip like falls out of the avocado, and you basically just these cute little food characters.
I think it'd be a benefit to be a banana in that. You get to like peel out of fights and really get out of there,
It's cringeworthy. Is what you're saying, Cherie.
So Dylan and I played that. That was pretty awesome.
It's nothing like Nidhogg, but it reminded me of Nidhogg in that local multiplayer that's very quick, very fast, very hectic, very much. You could be drinking and playing it, and it's the kind of game you can see just people yelling at their screen, screaming at each other about, because it's so simple to play, and because it's like first to 10 deaths, I believe, I didn't actually count, but I believe it was like 10 dots. So if you get, first to 10 kills, sorry, not 10 deaths. First to 10 kills, and every time everyone's died on one map, it quickly goes to another map, and all the maps are very different. Like there's that one that I fucking hated, but it was cool, that had, what was it, like a swamp, or it was under something? You couldn't see your character. What was it?
You were like in a forest, and you were underneath trees, and you couldn't see each other, except for like little shuffles of movement.
You couldn't even see your character. That's what made it really weird. But, that was really cool. I wish it had online, but I doubt it will. But couch co-op fun. I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's hit the biggest Nintendo indie that was at the show. Boom! Untitled Goose Game by House. What? No line there's Smash, then there's probably Pokemon Go that had an equally big line, and then there was
Do you mean
Untitled
Let's Go
Goose Game.
Pokemon? Or
Yeah, that
Pokemon
game.
Let's Go?
It doesn't matter.
Not Pokemon Go, that's free on your mobile. Unless they were lining up for like a gym or something. I don't.
You play as a goose, and you're just causing mischief.
Yep.
What more could you want? It was great fun.
Pretty much nothing.
We waited for an hour for that game.
Yeah, we
Certainly
waited for
did.
an hour for 5 minutes of Goose. And
That's worth it.
I believe it was worth it. The only thing I'm wondering with that is, so the level we played is farm, person. You see in the Nintendo Switch trailer when they announced it was coming to Switch like a month or so ago, whenever they did the last thing. You see a bunch of different levels. You see like a village, you see people like reading papers and stuff. So I'm wondering how long, or if there's an Esau story or anything, because I'm like, there's a goose at a farm. At some stage, the goose is like, I'll fucking piss this guy off enough. Guess I'll go fuck with the town down the street. Like,
No, you just piss them off enough that they pick you up and throw you somewhere else so they don't have to deal with you anymore.
maybe, yeah.
Shipped off somewhere else.
But I presume all the levels are pretty much going to be the same. You press start, select, or whatever, brings up a notepad. Here are the list of things you got to do, and you can go about them different ways, which is nice. Although I feel like because you're in a line for so long watching it, you see the same person. The person at the very start when you get in does something. The person behind them's like, well, that's how I do it. And then because you sit there, by the time I picked up the controller, I automatically did pretty much what everyone had done. Although I felt like I could have gone about it a different way. Like it was like pick up the carrot, drop it to fuck around, which is nice. But I mean, it's full of charm. It's quite hilarious. And I've said several times on, I think I said a Dash Culture patch now. Favorite thing about that game is you can press a button and literally make the goose go fucking what with his wings up.
I mean, the title is the best thing about the game.
Yeah, they better not change it. I don't think they're going to change it because, so a lot of games we've been covering and putting up on YouTube, I go into under the gaming category thing, and I go type in the name of the game, so links to YouTube gaming, we can look at the game thing. Untitled Goose Game is literally what it's in the server thing as.
Yep.
Can't change it. It's in there.
They have no choice.
I'm not saying I've got breaking news, but it's in the YouTube game.
I just think it's such a simple concept that they've just... it's something that's hilarious, simple, but it's entertaining, fun. It'll be interesting to see how long the actual game is, like how long it'll take to play through.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the biggest thing, not repetitive.
Cherie, what do you got for me?
I got one more before that. I was over at one of the PC booths actually, and they showed this this really low-key hero shooter that I was really impressed with. They had different characters, like this little British girl, there was this big German dude with a shield, there was a guy with 2 shotguns with a scary skull mask. It was really fun. It was Overwatch, that's what it was called. It was called Overwatch. I had a great
20
time.
minutes. 20 minutes in.
No, I'm good. I got to play this even smaller title called Days Gone at the PlayStation booth. And that was a whole bunch of fun, for my opinion. I queued 2 hours for it, And that's why I didn't play any of the games. So like 2 hours? I could just walk over to esports and just go to the esports stuff. But, you know, it was a really good game. You got pretty much it was the E3 demo where you got to choose out of either doing a story mission or going through and doing a like horde kind of messing around mode. I chose and did the horde mode, and I had a lot of fun with it. The horde mechanics and the AI behind it were really good, and the way it reacted and worked around what I was doing. I'm excited for Days Gone. I'm probably a little bit more excited to what I was, but I know, Dylan, you're on a different boat than I am.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed. Combat-wise, I like the stealth stuff, but overall, I did the story mission. It didn't give me much story. I'm encountering a lot of gameplay problems. I can be won over, but I wasn't impressed with what I played. Ash, you only played it today?
I only played it today, murdered a bunch of times. That horde is very difficult.
It is. It's very hard. And I guess for me, I pointed this out in a short video, was I don't know if they did it for you guys, but the Sony rep for me was like, hey guys, remember, we pushed this back, but not because of dev issues, but because we wanted you to have a good place to play this game. Like, with no other games to distract you around it, because the day it was being released previously was that February 22nd, was it? Was the original
something
release
like
date?
that.
Something like that, and there was, Resident Evil 2 was coming out the same day, and another pretty big game. But from that play, like, even though I had fun, there was still frame issues. Some of the controls weren't gelling amazingly.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was fully polished, which is a little bit of a worry.
It's definitely not. That's fine. That's why they put to the release date, so we'll wait.
Nah, but that was just so we had a chance to play the game, man.
I'm very doubtful that
Not
was there.
dev issues, I swear. It's
So we played, make sure you played just before Alluri. Is it Alluri? Is that how we're saying it?
Yeah.
Alari? I don't know. Red
Panda.
Red Panda.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking fox, though, to be fair.
It's a red panda.
No, it's a red fox, I think.
A red fox.
I think
Now
it's
you're
a
just
red
mixing
fox.
the two.
Fucking am, yeah.
The reason we wanted to check it out is because we kept walking past it. It's got a really cute art style. I mean, that just stands out. It looks really bright, colourful, cute art style of what I assumed was a fox.
Yeah.
Soon corrected. Red Panda. Very sorry,
Very
everyone.
different.
Very sorry, development team. And they admitted straight up the game's just inspired by Ori and the Blind Forest, basically. They said that that's their main inspiration, and then was listing a bunch of other games like Rayman, Shovel Knight, bunch of things, because it's a side scroller. Although compared to Ori and stuff, it is actually going to be levels, was the thing I asked. Like, it's
Yeah.
not one big...
Yeah, so we could play
map.
together. And
Okay, co-op. Drop in, drop out co-op.
You're a little shadow with the red panda, and we didn't really see any interaction between them. There was like,
You can revive.
yeah,
Make the
reviving.
game easier, I suppose.
You could do things that I couldn't do. I was the main red panda.
I was the fake Red Panda.
Wow,
So
Cherie,
you could do
laying it down.
You could do a
What's
couple of
going on?
different things. Yeah, I think there's still probably a little bit of work to go on it, but it was really cute. You could definitely see their inspiration, and you just basically grappling onto things and swinging through the levels, collecting items, and yeah, it was enjoyable.
My main problem though was, so there's little orbs in the sky. You can press one of the back triggers to grapple on, and then you kind of swing around. That's how you do a lot of the platforming. However, you press the trigger to launch the grapple, but you're supposed to use the left analog stick, which is the same analog stick that you're obviously using to control your character, to aim where you want to go, which means when you're trying to traverse, like jump from one thing to another and like swing off, you
Yep.
quickly have to like press the jump button in the air and then use the left analog stick and
To
then
look up,
correct.
yeah.
But it would have been a lot easier if the right analog stick was the thing that you could aim in the direction that you wanted to grapple, and it would have solved a lot of my problems. And the main issue I had was we came across a couple enemies. I don't understand how the enemies fit into the story at all, because they're like giant dinosaur mech monsters is how I thought they looked. But I found that when I was swiping them, like there was no... Like, I was getting no feedback that I was hitting them, I
Yeah.
suppose. But that could be the controls, because we were using like original Xbox controls.
You
or
didn't
something
know
like that.
you didn't know if your attack was actually doing
Like, I
anything.
needed vibration
and
in my controller.
how you were getting hit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very overall very cool. Couple issues though, I suppose.
I played a very cute game called Party Poppers.
Yes. Party poopers.
You're basically a little dinosaur. And
I don't know.
And you've got a party hat
Yeah,
on.
so it's done by Giant Margarita Games, behind
You're
Party
doing
Crashes.
Adventure Pals and
No,
Party
Party Crashes,
Oh,
Party
that's right.
Golf.
Golf, yeah.
Golf, yeah.
So they've just released Party Crashers on consoles. They just started on this game 2 weeks ago. So the art design is not set in stone, but yeah, you play sort of like a dinosaur.
Little dinosaur with a
No,
party
little
hat
hat,
on.
yeah.
Yep. And you bounce around, grapple onto things, and there's a few different levels and collect balloons.
Balloons, yeah.
So I played both levels. There was a couple of different options where you could slow it down and make it faster and have, different alterations to the levels. I played the one where you went around and you collected as many balloons as you possibly could. And then there was one where you're all fighting for one balloon.
Yeah, that was good. But they also did like a checkpoint thing where they set like 5 checkpoints and you have to get them in order.
Oh,
and then
okay. I didn't play that.
That
one.
was super competitive. Me and the dev were like neck and neck. It was good. I won.
He let you win.
Most important factor.
No, yeah.
I won.
But
Dev's going to destroy
just like all
Dev's
our other
going
games, it looks like it's going to be super. You'll have lots of different options of like making it different every time you play.
The funniest thing that I found was like he changed it to the option where when you bash into each other,
Yeah.
you just completely
Fly
like
across the-
trampolined off from one another. So if you thought you were really, really close to the one balloon, you just completely over the other side of the level, and it was just ridiculous. So you try to make your way back around, swinging around. It was
It's going to be one to watch.
That was really cute. Yeah.
Also, before moving on, I do need to shout out Tasmanian developer. Anytime there's one, I just fucking stick my cloud in my people, Gotta do what I gotta do.
My people.
What do you got, Ash?
So while I was over at Xbox, I also checked out a game called Supermarket Shriek. Basically,
Sorry, go again?
Supermarket Shriek.
Supermarket
I haven't
Shriek.
even seen it.
I've never
Shriek.
heard of this.
Shrieking.
So you're a guy, you're pushing a shopping trolley, and then all of a sudden you get hit by a goat. And you and the goat are in the shopping trolley. Facing, and then
I'm so sorry, Anthony.
the goat screams, and then the guy screams, and then if the goat's screaming, you turn left. If the guy's screaming, you turn right.
What is this
And then if you're both screaming, go straight.
I think we need to find this game and make
what is the actual goal of the game?
It's like
other
a
than
time
screaming?
trial obstacle course, like through shops. They set like a track. You need to get to the checkout.
Okay,
As soon
that
as you
makes
said-
sense.
The part that killed me is I just pictured the opening of Jackass, the movie, and I was like, now, let's fucking go down.
Ah, this is Ashley Hubley, and welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, the opening. Genius.
You should have probably led with what the actual
Oh,
aim of
God,
the
the
game was.
way you said it also. And then the goats in the trolley.
The goats in the trolley.
It is. It's important information.
I think we've still got some time in PAX. We need to go look at this to make sure it wasn't actually like tripping out from exhaustion from
Sounds like
like
it
his
was-
late nights.
Sounds like
And make sure it was a real
It's pretty
thing.
great.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah.
And I've got so many games I want to talk about, but I'd like to give you all a chance to do that quicker. So I'll say pass.
Okay. I got Fledgling Heroes is one that we checked out just before. I think this is one of my favourite games of the show. And I'll 100% admit they won me over with really cute art style and a lot of different bird characters. There's like a penguin, which
It was freaking adorable.
which I whispered to Cherie. I was like, "We're gonna steal this penguin's design for the new Bevan design," and then
Did that for the first one, so I guess.
so there was like a Bevan, there was a penguin, owl,
Parrot.
parrot. Like there's a different variation of birds, and it's pretty much. I was playing it on the dev's phone because all the things were taken up, and he was like, "Here, just use my fucking phone." It's like you press a button, like tap up, like tap the screen to make the bird like go up. So if you want to keep him center, you have to keep kind of tapping the screen. If you want the bird to head on down, you can't just release the button, it'll go down. I was kind of like, I really like this game, but I don't really want to play it on my phone because the art style is so amazing that I'm like, I want this on a bigger screen. And then they hit me with the key words, which was, and it's also coming to Switch. And I
Damn
was
straight.
like,
There we go. Amen.
you've done it. It's
sister.
iOS, Android, Switch. Okay, good.
Got me.
You've sold me there. So, I mean, the premise is very simple. If you played any of these games, back in the day, they used to upload heaps to Newgrounds and all sorts of weird stuff like that where it was mouse clicking. There was some really, I don't even know, racist to a degree ones on Newgrounds, like terrorist-related
about right.
ones. Yeah, like, but there was a lot of them because it was just simple to make, I suppose. And it seems like Flappy Bird, I suppose, is the go-to example. You know, there's obstacles in the level and you're trying to dodge it. I only say Flappy Bird, even though I think this game's way better quality, solely because I know a lot of people obviously know what fucking Flappy Bird is, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's one of my standouts because it's so simple but so cute. Could be a lot of fun. And there is a story. Each bird has a story. That was really good.
Yeah,
You got any thoughts? 'Cause
and so
you've-
yeah, you change You change beds throughout each level. But it was super, super cute. I think definitely a highlight. I played Star Wars with Ciaran.
With me,
Yeah.
she forgot who I was. She was like, do I want to admit
Then
that
why'd you pass?
I played a game?
Why'd you pass?
Because I didn't want to take it. It was Cherie's Thunder. Look, I robbed her of a chance in the game to change costumes.
I know, that was
So-
just the most important part at the beginning, and you just got to get the feel of the game. Part of that was choosing my costume, and you just hit start.
And I was just like, let's go. I got a top hat on my character.
It was like one of the only games you played, and you were like, quick, let's get it over with.
Let's go. No, because
Wow.
I found my character had a top hat, and I'm like, God, I'm excited about being a mage with a top hat.
I wanted stars on my outfit. Anyway, basically, the premise is that you have to attack the ground around your opponent and collapse them into a black hole.
It's like the hammer game from Dream.
Yeah.
It's pretty, and it's like the floor is lava. So also when you walk on some parts of the floor, it'll start falling away.
Yeah, you can collect different items to use as different weapons.
There's like a cloud that if you have it by the time it finishes, then you get pushed away, so you can like move it onto another person. Every time the cloud came into the game, Cherie had the cloud, and she didn't give it to me at all, so she just flung
So I
herself
just kept-
across the map.
I just kept dying down the hole. But yeah, no, that one was pretty good. Very, very simple concept, but
It was
enjoyable.
fun. I
Yep.
find a lot of these games work really well at PAX because the people playing them are here. I just get worried at them when they're like, clearly games like that are not going to have an online service most likely. And
It's about like what the progression is for the rest of the game and the different levels and how they're going
Yes.
to make them different, and
Yeah.
that you're not going to get bored from them.
And couch co-op has such a niche now because it's like a party game, and if you're not somebody that has that many parties, or if you don't have that many people who come over, or friends in your immediate area to play the game with you in your house, it's kind of, it lacks kind of some of the desire to play it, I guess.
I don't know how niche it is because I feel like a lot of the games that are getting shown here are couch co-op.
Exactly.
There are so
that's-
many this
So
year.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I just don't have friends.
I mean,
I get you.
I know that, like, as many couch co-op games that I see, most of the people I play games with are obviously online, so it is like, this game's so cool, I wish... I mean, the standout is obviously Overcooked 1. I never touched Overcooked 1 at all because I couldn't fucking play it. Well,
Yeah,
I could
that was
play
online.
it, but I wasn't going to play by myself because I'm like, what's the point? They added online co-op in Overcooked 2, so all of a sudden they're sure playing the game, so...
Even Gang Beasts. Gang Beasts was such a big game, and you see it played by so many people, but it's only recently got co-op
And only
online.
on Steam, I think.
Yeah, only on Steam it got online co-op, and the rest of it on PlayStation, everything is local, so it's still missing out there.
Speaking of Overcooked, you need to check out Scouts Honor.
Good segue.
Yeah, it's like Overcooked, except it's like a camping theme. You have like a checklist of things that you need to get done. You need to set up your tent. In order to set up your tent, you need to chop some wood down. You just have to get some rocks. You need to get some rope and all sorts of stuff. But if you don't do it in time, then it deletes itself and you have to start again.
I'm keeping lookout for friend of the Explosion Network, Buddy Watson. If this game is mentioned, he is nearby.
Usually.
He's played it 4 times now, he said.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it's important.
I have one major problem with the game. As
Yeah.
much as I like the general premise and the idea,
Other than
And
Cherie
it's-
And it's got the same art style as Overcooked.
it
looks
does
very
have a
similar.
very... I mean, compared to before with Luri or whatever it's called, where they're just straight up like, yeah, this game was inspired by Ori and the Blind Forest, or whatever. I found it funny that they're like, you know, the game, you got to set up stuff again. It's like, just say it's inspired by Overcooked. Like, it's such the easy... just say it at this stage. But my number one thing I had a problem with is, and it was especially prevalent when you're playing 4 players. It might be less of an issue if you're only playing 2, but it stood out so much when 4 people, giant camping backpacks, you drop them in the level, and the levels aren't huge, so they're very cramped, and then you hold down whatever button, and everything in the backpack goes fucking everywhere all over the level, and then it's pretty much like, what do I need? Where is it? And especially later, like, when we was playing, me and Cherie were playing, I got like to say, even though it's like bad habit because we're usually not in person, but I'm like pointing, but you know. But when we and Cherie were playing, like there was some stage there where we're running around. I mean, she got a bug, but that's fine. It was like, where the fuck is the fishing rod? The fishing rod, no, we're running around. Deb's even like, oh, it's in the forest. Like, I found an easy. The number one thing I want for that game is You plant the backpack on the ground, you hold the button to empty it, the items go up into an inventory in the top right-hand corner or whatever, and you press the D-pad buttons to cycle through the items you've got. So you've got your hammer at all times, you've got your fishing rod, you've got whatever. If they need to then make other elements of the game harder to allow for the fact that you don't have to go find and switch the items, I'd much prefer that to be the...
I don't know. I think it adds to the fun and the chaos of the game.
I probably have two major issues with the game. Firstly, we started a level, I couldn't pick up anything.
Well, your
because
issues with the game are like
and
that you broke it.
The second level that we played, I still couldn't pick up anything. So I just happened to get the bug.
It's clear
both
we need to go back there after this and try and break Buddy's workout.
You could try again, I guess.
So the concept was really cool. I agree with Dylan. I think that when you're trying to pick up things and they're literally floating around everywhere, considering that I couldn't even pick up anything, I could still see that would be a problem if you're playing with 4 players.
Just get good.
Like, excuse the fuck me.
5 stars.
Probably.
Oh,
Jeez.
We got the 5 stars.
that's only because Buddy has OCD and he wouldn't let you leave
That
until
is
you
true.
5-starred it.
Jeez.
Doesn't take away from the achievement.
I'll skip to me, I think, at this point.
Wow.
Do you want to get to talk to your esports?
Okay, yeah, sure thing.
Never give up. It's basically, it's hard not to say it, even though they may find it offensive, but it's like, it is Super Meat Boy, but like a different character, more charm, I guess. But Super Meat Boy obviously had charm. It was the cartoon characters,
Yeah.
they were funny or whatever. But this on a different level, because as you're playing it, the character is constantly commentating you and telling you suck, basically, or telling you to literally stop playing the game and to just go away, which is quite funny.
There's an option to quit the game at any point.
Yeah, at any point. Well, I think it's after you die a couple times. It's like locked off when you start level. After you die a couple times, it's like big fuck off button down bottom left that just says never give up, you suck, basically. So that was quite funny. I didn't finish it. You get like 5 minutes to try it. I got to the last room and died. I thought it controlled well once I got the hang of it. It was like kind of floaty, I guess, but once you got in the rhythm, it was fine to get a handle on it. But it is that kind of Super Meat Boy thing again, where you're flying across the level, you're wall jumping off the side, and then if you're dying in the same spot, which I did several times, where there were some razors, and I was fucking horrible for whatever reason at trying to time the like double jump and then go between the razors. I died there heaps of times, and the blood was adding up there, and I reckon the character looks like Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, kind of.
Little
Yeah.
blue, yeah.
Don't say that. You're just going to bring legal trouble. So.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's probably true. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that, and it's funny that it's from the same people who made Adventure.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's from the same people that made Adventure Pals, because that game, which I played, it's already out. Really cute, really fun, co-op. You can play it all ages. It's not particularly hard. And then they've got that on show on the left, and then on the right, they're like, come play this and get really annoyed. So that was fun. You got another one?
No.
You got another one?
Yep. I played Dreams. It's good. We went in depth on a video on YouTube. It's probably the best place.
Is it
to
a
look
game?
for it. It is a game.
Are you
It's
sure?
lots of games.
Are you sure?
It's a game. It's also a platform. It's
not a
everything.
game.
It is everything.
It's not a
It's going to be
game.
life. That's what it's going to be.
It's going to be
You will
live?
never have to buy another game because people will make games for this game so you can keep playing games.
Are they going to make Overwatch in that game?
Absolutely.
Well, I guarantee if you ask them, they say you could. I'd say you could.
They probably could say I could.
I think it's only 4 player though.
But you can make 2v2. Well, they're adding, so it's 2v2 games at the moment. They're adding online later.
Online, yeah, that would open it up, yeah.
So I remember they asked.
Why would anybody want to put Overwatch in anywhere else?
Yeah.
Because
they asked, like, could you make a Battle Royale in Dreams? And the answer is like, yeah, but it wouldn't be you wouldn't have, probably can't do as many players or whatever. But
yeah.
Could you basically make a Battle Royale in Dreams? Yes, is the answer, I guess. What's your favourite games from all the? Because we played 5. Give me your 2 standouts of all the Dreams mini games.
I enjoyed the Text Avenger just because it was so surprising. I didn't expect it. And also, I can't remember what the name of it was, but the little square one. I thought that was a fun progression of a story.
The Electric Shock?
The little square.
The Electric Shock, or?
The Friends one?
No, like the little square that jumped across the
The
screen.
little square that
and
could.
the
And you
comic
got
book?
the comic book, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That if you said comic book, I would have been like, I'm sold. I would have understood.
What about you?
I'm so sorry, everybody.
I find it so funny that you'll go to like, what's your standout that surprised you so much in Dreams? You're like, I cannot believe they made a text-based adventure game in this.
Well,
this
it's so different from everything else they've shown so far.
It's
so
true, but I suppose they're not showing that you can make text-based adventure games because no one's sitting at E3 going,
I don't think they're trying to
"Fuck."
surprise you. Yeah.
they're trying to be
All
like,
this technology and you make a text-based
You just need to think outside the square now even more.
I agree, it's cool, but I'm like, that's not like I don't
And it
think
was
it's
a fun
good
story.
marketing. I like the electric shock one, which I still believe is like one of the
It's part of the campaign.
actual part of the campaign levels. That was a lot of fun, simple platforming type stuff. But as I've said a couple times by now, the overall standout thing is you sit there to play Dreams, and compared to any other game that you can play on PAX show floor, you play through those 5 mini games. At some point, you kind of forget that you're playing the same game. Like once you're 1, 2, 3 games deep, it's just, oh shit, this is all the same disc. This is the same disc or same download code that I'm going to be putting in. That's crazy. My favorite game is still Hammer Time, which me and Cherie played.
Yep.
I think that game, of all of them, could be very simply put out as a fun couch co-op or online game. Cool art style, very simple premise, very fast, action. That was fun. I like that a lot. All right, I'll talk about Sekiro real fast. So Sekiro, it's more Bloodborne, less Dark Souls. The enemies I found, because I'm guessing that the level they're showing is early. I'm assuming the level they're showing is fairly early in the game, because it wouldn't make sense to show older stuff. And I'd say that the enemies, given how early it probably is, are a lot more aggressive than they were even in Bloodborne. Because Bloodborne basically starts you out with human type stuff which have torches and stuff and weren't super fast and aggressive. But Sekiro starts you with a bunch of really fast ninja type enemies, and then you get to a mini boss who's this giant golem who will basically jump halfway across the field to get you, grab you, and nearly kill you in one hit. And I'm like, okay, this is really cool. But the standout from Sekiro, oh my god, I can't fucking say that again. Sekiro is that you got the stealth element, which you kind of have to remember to take into account. There was one part where I was getting my ass handed to me, and compared to all other Soulsborne games, I was like, oh fuck, wait. Turned around, grappled on top of a rooftop, went into stealth, snuck back around, killed the enemy that was giving me trouble through stealth means, which you couldn't do in any other Soulsborne game, not to that level anyway. So that was really cool. You're out.
We're just going to have to go back and forth.
Oh, I was going to say, I realised I had another one. So I played Mars Underground, which is one of the PAX Rising indies. And yeah, it was a time loop adventure game where basically you're reliving the same day over and over again. You have medication that you need to take, and you go in and see a psychiatrist. Did you play it, Ash?
Yeah, I did. It reminded me very much of Homebound.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, in those sort of SNES era games.
It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Well, they only the demo was only like one day.
Oh, okay.
So the kid's going to his first day of school. I didn't get far. I went to school, talked to some bullies, and then I punched them in the face, and then I got expelled. And then I came home, and then I walked outside, and then I got hit by a car, and I died.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was only first-person shooters you were bad at.
I didn't expect the car to come.
How do you live?
There was no look both ways button on the controller. And they were playing with the SNES controllers from the Nintendo Entertainment System mini controllers.
Yeah.
I'll smash out 2 VR games real quick. So
boom.
I did Ace Combat 7 VR mode, and then I did Tetris Effect in VR. So Tetris is Tetris.
Yeah.
If you play Tetris, it's got one extra column, which is how you can get the Tetris effects. Whatever, because normally you could only get 8, I think, or now there's one extra column, so you can get something bigger than a normal Tetris in this game. That's one of the big additions. I'm not sure if it's vertical or row. I can't remember.
There was something different.
There is one extra row in some form or fashion. It's like I haven't played Tetris for so long. I got into it. I thought I'm smashing this for someone who hasn't played Tetris in a couple of years, and I thought I was doing really good. Got a Tetris. I was like, yes. Wait, one mistake. It all went to shit.
He started
I
panicking.
rage quit.
It was really
and then
fun to
as
watch.
the sound went
Yes.
out, even with the headphones on in VR, I just hear fucking Ash and Ciaran off to the side laughing their asses off me. So VR helmet on, I just stuck my finger up in the general direction they were.
The poor woman,
There were children around.
There were children, and this poor woman was so offended her monocle fell out.
Well,
It was,
she can mail to don't@explosionnetwork.com,
And
which
then
is in fact a
people-
real mail address.
And then Dylan proceeded to play again, but this time blamed the controller
That was a real issue I had.
Blame the controller.
No, that was a real issue I had.
No, I thought it was really good, but I think the focus is more on getting lines, it seemed like, because there's a bunch of levels that you can
Doing
get
lines.
through.
And the main thing is it starts out slow. There's not much special effects happening in VR.
Yeah.
Like it's very simple, the things in front of you.
keep
Music's kind of slow, simple. The further you got into the level, effects start kicking in all around you. Obviously in VR it looks really cool. A lot of particle effects remind me of Resogun.
Yeah.
And then the music starts kicking in. It's very electronic.
And I don't know about
fun.
you, but I felt like the time went like so fast.
Yeah, very fast. But that's the thing with Tetris and the
Yeah.
thing like, you're going to sit there, I'll put my headset on for 30 minutes, play a quick game VR. It's the end of the day already. Oh shit, I lost track of time.
It is dark outside and I have not turned any lights on in my room.
Yeah.
I am scripted.
Ace Combat 7, I was hoping to sell Nick on it. I don't think I will. I don't know how many missions there's going to be. I don't think it looked super fantastic. There's some sort of story element. I couldn't figure out what weapons to fire. Probably that's easy when the full game's out.
Probably not realistic enough for
It's
him.
not. I probably wouldn't buy it because it's only one mode in the game and the rest of the game's not VR. I wouldn't suggest picking it up solely for the VR mode, but if you was picking up it was an extra, then sure. But it's funny that they're selling it here as a VR, like it's one of the VR games you can play, whereas it's only one tiny bit of overall what.
Well,
the
they
thing's gonna be.
started selling that when you broke all the other VR games in your various VR sessions.
Maybe.
How far into Beat Saber did you end up getting?
Not 30 seconds. I'm not going to talk about it. Like I don't have any sort of opinion on it.
He
So,
broke it.
last game I had was Soundfall. Really cool, twin
Oh
stick.
yeah, we did play that.
Oh, we played a co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forgot. You should have wrote it down. So twin stick, melee combat with some sort of weapon. I can't tell if it was gun or just firing it out of your
I
sword.
think it was a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, blaster or something.
Yeah, so it's like you aim with the right trigger, of course, shoot, and then one of the buttons was attack. And really cool art style, really flashy, and because it's a music rhythm game tied into a brawler type thing, as you're killing enemies, lots of particle type effects happening. Looks really, really cool. The one problem I have with it is you definitely need headphones or a quieter room to concentrate and be able to get high scores in that game because you need to be able to. You could button mash and beat the level easy as fuck. That's not a problem,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get a good score unless you're actually timing your attacks. And I can see people who get good at it are going to end up kind of walking backwards and leading the enemies away because they
Yeah.
need to be able to hit in time, whereas you could just button
Yeah,
mash
we were
and hit
both
them.
doing that.
Yeah,
Just trying to focus with all the noise going around
yeah.
was difficult, but yeah.
One of the
It was pretty good.
problems.
It kind of reminded me of Splatoon, the way that your blaster was working as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just the effects that happen on screen.
Yeah. You got any last one for Kieran's esports?
Yes. So
Let's wrap up.
I played Blood and Truth before all the move controllers stopped working. It's pretty much like Time Crisis, like a
So you were bad at that one as well.
not
Bad
great.
at Time Crisis 5. I've never seen plays any worse. Let's go.
Yeah, but like that, it's cool just with the VR. Like you have to manually reload, so you have to go down and pick up your ammo clip from your chest and then put it in the gun
Yep.
each time. You can also grab. Sometimes there's like grenades and stuff, so you can grab a grenade and throw it. I might have grabbed one and accidentally dropped it several
dear.
times.
Oh dear.
That was fun. I checked out Kingdom Hearts 3. It is more Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. I would suggest refreshing yourself before you play the game because I could not get the controls down. But it looks pretty.
And also get your master's degree in its storyline because
Yeah.
that storyline's convoluted.
Someone's got to have made a video by now.
I've watched videos and I still don't understand. I've watched a lot and I still don't
I
understand.
don't know. Well,
No.
I played Resident Evil 2 for some reason.
Yep.
It looks like a horror game.
So you're not going to play it as the answer to the...
I'm not going to play it. It looks good. I should have done some research and see how it used to look, but yeah.
Far out. Research.
I also played My Friend is Pedro, like a little shoot 'em up game from Devolver Digital. It's fun. The level I was playing, you're on a motorcycle and you're trying to get away from a lot of cars and stuff. And just shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
It's like a slow down time mechanic as well. That helps with that as well. Checked out Hunt and Sneak, which is like an asymmetrical hide and seek game, pretty much with fairies with superpowers. Fun. We talked about it on youtube.com/Explosion Network. And I also played Lethal Lawns, which is a competitive mowing blood sport.
We played that also.
Yeah. So it was like the thing I instantly thought is like Narwhal, the
I've seen it. Yeah.
Like the horn.
You have to stick the horn.
Sea creature, yeah.
Yeah, you have to stick your horn in the person's heart.
But the aim is to get coins and earn money by mowing the lawn, but then you kill your enemies to get more coins.
And you respawn.
Yeah. So, good. That was good, yeah.
Ciaran,
Yes.
you spent all your time here doing,
Hell yeah, I
watching nothing
did.
but esports.
Hell yeah, I did.
You've got about 6 minutes to tell me everything I need to know about what
Everything
happened.
you need to know. Well, ESL ran the ESL Arena here, or PAX Arena here at PAX. It was a really interesting couple of days. In the first day, we had Avant Esports taking on Legacy Gaming in a League of Legends show match. It was quite interesting with Avant looking the team that had definitely been the most polished of the two, with Legacy Esports not touching the game for about 2 months since the OPL finished in Australia. We also then had community matches where people got to go up and play with different members of the League games. The League show match was fun to watch, but it was very one-sided and not very competitive. We then moved through to having Overwatch show matches with Legacy Esports taking on Darksided, Order. The Order, because Darksided don't have a team at the minute. Order. And the Order were, once again, very polished. And it's very surprising for Legacy. Maybe they've just taken some time off with the seasons of both Overwatch and League of Legends, dying down for now, preparing for the new season of Overwatch Contenders and the new season of OPL. But it was interesting to see. They're the team that the Adelaide Crows, the AFL, bought. So hopefully they step it up with their boot camps and move forward. Then yesterday, Saturday, all day, was the Rainbow Six Siege Masters. That all happened, playing for $25,000 here at PAX. It was amazing, to be perfectly honest. We had Atletico playing Neurorango. We had Fnatic going up against Darksided. My favourite match of the day was Fnatic playing up against Darksided in the first game. It was very back and forth, very close, very fun. Cherie even hung out for that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, I'm not an esports person, but at the end, it was so close.
It was so close, and they were playing so well together, so it was really good to see that. Fnatic ended the day with an amazing match win against Neurorango, taking home the first place, the major part of the prize pool. It was really good. We also had the announcement that Avant Gaming have got a Rainbow Six Siege team now, so they'll be entering for the up-and-coming R6 season, so make sure you keep up with that. And then today, Dylan, game close to your heart, there was, I guess across PAX, there was a Elder Scrolls Legends tournament going on with the iPad version for people playing. That ended up with a live finals being played this morning with, I think it was like a $500 prize pool, or no, it was a $1,000 prize pool, $500 for the winner. The last game went to a full 5 matches, which was really fun to watch. And then to check out the, Quake Arena, which just happened, which, Bethesda, it was interesting, but it's that free-to-play arena game that's not Overwatch, so, But that's the esports wrap-up. Check out it all more. I'll talk about it more on early late nights, I'm sure.
Twitch.tv/Exposure Network.
That's the sell.
Don't worry, I'll do it for you.
You do it for me. I was trying not to oversell it. It's fine.
Quickly, one sentence answers. Favorite moment of PAX?
Co-op drinks, where we got to meet all the other awesome podcasters that have been here, that we know, good friends. Yeah.
Favorite moment of PAX?
ESL. Watching the ESL arena and esports and hanging out with some and getting to know some pro players and organising stuff for you.
Well, if you've only got one moment, it's got to be a favourite, doesn't it?
Well, oof.
Favorite moment of PAX?
Probably just talking to the devs in the indie games, because they're just so passionate about what they're creating, and that's a side that you don't normally get to see. So, that's the best part for me.
Well, my favourite moment was, guys, us all getting together to do
Aw,
a brand new show
you would do
here
it
at
really
the Audio-Technica
cute.
booth at PAX Australia 2018.
Somebody help us.
Got him. This has been Arcade at Couch, the brand new show that will probably never be anything like this again unless we do it here again
Next year.
But overall, it's just pretty much our PAX wrap-up show. It's very good. So if you're hearing this next year, come find Audio-Technica and check them out. Once again, thanks
If you need audio gear, Audio-Technica.
Yeah, and thanks again once again for having us.
Wait, who's the microphone company again?
Fucking hell. Audio-Technica.
Thank you, sorry. Sorry, go for it.
Ashley Hobley, where can people find you?
You find me on Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEY, HOBLEY. It's a thing.
you very much. Where can people find
You
you?
can find me cruising the waves of Twitter at your boy Ringo, and come over to twitch.tv/Explosion Network for early late nights for all your esports news.
Cherie, where can the people find you?
Go on, Cherie. Do it.
You haven't had to say your Twitter account
No, I was
yet.
just making sure I changed it. Over on Twitter at Cherie Corno.
Sharia with an A.
Yeah.
I was wrong with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So CHERIACORNO. Yeah.
You need to make it a thing like Ashley Hobley.
I can't take his thing.
You can't. You should. You took his job.
I did.
You did. You can follow me on Twitter at Vivaldil, VIVALADIL. Don't forget to follow Explosion Network on Twitter at ExplosionPod. Head on over to explosionnetwork.com where you can find all the articles, videos, and stuff we've been doing. I'll leave the PAX thing on the main banner for a week or two, I suppose. Then, of course, youtube.com/Explosion Network where all the videos are going. Facebook.com/Explosion Network. Twitch.tv/Explosion Network. Just fucking type Explosion Network into the internet and
Into Google.
inject
Yeah.
my
And it happens.
shit
It happens.
into your
It
face.
happens, and then the CIA calls you, and why you're looking at explosive stuff, and it's a thing.
Until next week, I hope whatever. I don't have a sign off for the show yet. Sit down, enjoy couch. Bye.
Worst sign off so far.